I cut any of this foam off, I'm going to need to lay some fiberglass on this little grill shape that I made out of foam and then wrapped in foil tape, which, as some of you may know, fiberglass doesn't stick well to foil tape. And this acts as a mold release agent, which you can buy real stuff, but I don't know where to get it. I don't want to wait to order it. So I'm going to use some of this car automotive wax for the body of a car around the edges of here, so the fiberglass, when it's cured up, I can just break it off real easily. Next thing I like to do is to take some of this Bondo fiberglass cloth mat, and I'm going to be cutting strips the same size as the edge of this foam grill I made. Oh, you know what? Before I do this, before I even start touching that, gloves. Fiberglass should have a mask on too, but I usually just have a mask on when I'm cutting. Unless you're just being dumb and shaking this stuff around, it pretty much stays down there. But if you get it on your hands, it's so itchy. So to avoid that, put some gloves on. Gotta find my scissors. Alright. I'm gonna take a quick measurement of the grill, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. So that is, we'll say 3 to give it a little bit of an overhang. Notch over 3. The hardener, the fiberglass resin, disposable brushes, disposable Dixie bowls to mix it in. They give you a little cap with it, but it's way too small, and if you're doing stuff of this caliber, obviously you're gonna be going through a lot of these, so just buy a pack of them. And then the cloth mat pre-cut with a small trash bag nearby, because when this is done, you toss it in there and you throw it outside, and it gets rid of some of the odor that's lingering around in here after doing this. In between doing a lot of layers, you want to wait, because this stuff like the foam tends to sag and fall down and lose position. Especially, the only way I can do this is to have it vertical. Now, if it were a flat surface and I was just laying fiberglass on something that was horizontal, you wouldn't have any sagging issues, but this is straight up and down, so the more layers you add, the more weight. The resin gel is kind of like liquid when it's, not cured up, so it tends to slide down. So you want to wait a little bit till it's just like kind of sticky to the touch but not totally wet, and then apply your more layers. Just applied the last few layers of fiberglass cloth mat to the grill insert section that I have, which will be going inside of here. And now I gotta wait for this to cure completely overnight. And then probably tomorrow I will be breaking it off of this little mold piece and then making another one. When you're applying fiberglass cloth mat this long on kind of a weird shaped piece, you wanna start at one end and smooth it all the way to the right. You can stick the whole piece on, but you have to, to get all the little air bubbles out, start at one side and kind of work your way this way, because it does have a texture in the cloth mat, so it tends to kind of hold a shape. I know a lot of you look at me like this.
Putting in the man hours to study the science of what you need.
Last week, we put liquid paper on a bee, and it died.
I know a lot of you are also looking at me like this.